Hello, welcome back. Time to stretch out those legs, whether you're running or you've been doing leg day. We are opening them up. Snappy, snappy. This class is special. It's a request for my friend and musician and actor, Patrick Sylvester. What's up, Patrick? He is running, and I also know that Alana does a lot of running too, so everyone here, I'm sure, on this Patreon page, so I'm sure everyone does some running. This is for you guys, okay? We're gonna stretch out your legs. If you did leg day recently, this is also for you. And it'll be short and sweet. Let's get it going. We're gonna start that music in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, I have 2 blocks here at the top of my mat. That's optional. Start standing, toes face forward. Ground down through the 4 corners of your feet. Turn your palms open and maybe try shifting side to side. Just feel the balance. Move into the right foot and the left foot, exposing the soles of your feet. Then inhale, roll your shoulders up towards your ears and drip them back and down. Do it a couple more times. Big breath in, lift them up and roll them down. Just noticing how you feel. What's in the body today. Good, and then we'll reach the arms up to the sky. And notice if your ribs start to puff out or you start to find a little back bend. Can you draw the ribs down, maybe drop the tail? Inhale, reach up. Exhale, catch the left wrist with your pointer finger and thumb. Reach over to the right. Back to center, inhale brings you through. Exhale takes you to the other side. Good, inhale, come back to center. Roll out your wrists for me. And switch directions. Nice, open up the arms. Let them drip on down. And separate your feet a little wider than hips distance. And start to let your arms sway back and forth, and I am actually hitting my body with my arms. Feels kind of good. It's tactile awareness. Chin in, spine tall. Let some breath go. And bring the feet back to center. Inhale, reach the arms back and up. Exhale, bring the arms forward. Thumbs in front of you, thumbs to the sky. Cross the right arm over and catch the forearm. Open it back up and switch. Stay connected to your feet, the earth below you. All right, open it up, inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Cactus the arms, bend your knees and start to bring your heart forward and through. And stand back up, reach up. Exhale, cactus, bend, heart forward. Let's go for 3. Bringing some breath energy in, pumping the blood a bit. 2, getting the body slightly warm. And 1, inhale, reach it up, open up the arms. Flip the palms towards each other. And then catch the wrists, little interlace. Drag the fists down, the shoulders down, lift through the heart. Yeah, roll the shoulder heads back. Engage the core. Inhale, reach the arms back up, touch them at the top. And then take them right back down, opposite thumb on top this time. Funky thumb. Check in with that breath energy. Stepping out of your brain and into your body. Soft release to reach those arms back up. Exhale, prayer dives you through forward fold. Now, if you have your blocks, you can use them here for support. Otherwise, no worries. Just find a little bend and straighten through the legs. Totally release your neck. Let the head go. slow things down a bit. Listen to your body as it breathes. And be gentle on yourself. Yeah, bending one knee and the other. A little bit of blood flow here. And then come up onto the tiptoes and we will bounce, heels down, straighten the legs. Let's try that again. Come up onto the tiptoes, booty to heels, bounce, straighten the legs. We'll go for 3. It's soft. For 2. Whew. And for 1. Good work. Now step the left foot back, toes to the earth. Try to dig the heel down. Peel the right toes towards your face. I'm going to use my blocks here for 3. Front knee can be slightly bent, but please drag the hip back. 2. And 1. Tip forward, lift the leg to the sky. Release your neck. Wiggle the toes, maybe roll out the ankle. And draw the kneecap of the right leg up towards your hip. I'm going to give my head a little shake here. Good. And exhale, bring the feet to meet. Hope it's been going well for you, the running thing, Patrick, and whoever else. I know I could never. I used to be a runner. We'll start to lift the opposite leg back. Heel towards the earth, toes towards your face. I used to be a runner, and then I realized how much I hated it, and I was just forcing myself to do it every day. Now, don't get me wrong. When I'm not feeling good or I need to release some energy or anger, I will definitely go for a run. So I run more often than I'd like. All right, foot to the mat. Reach that foot up to the sky. Back leg. Big breath energy out. Slack the head, the jaw. Draw the left kneecap up. Really trying to put more weight into the front of the foot, almost like your head could kiss the floor. And if it does, that's okay, just get back up. We all fall sometimes. In running, I'm sure you do. I'm like, what are running analogies I'm about to try to make here? Running metaphors. I'll try to be quiet. Feet meet. Now walk the feet out, turn the toes out, and this one's probably going to be hard. Heels stay down, drop the booty down. Elbows come into the thighs. This one is so challenging for anyone that runs really often. So I'm actually going to take my blocks and stack my hips on top of those blocks. And then you can start to work the knees out. Relax and work. These areas, these outer hips get so tight when you're running. So this stuff, even keeping your heels on the floor is a huge challenge sometimes. And then turn the toes forward and we'll forward fold off the blocks. Nice, turn the toes right back out, walk the feet even wider than the mat, bend into the knees. So your heart is leaning forward and then we'll catch the thighs with the hands. Start to push the thighs out here. Notice my heart's in line with my hips. I'm pretty low. I'm even going to bring the forearms into the insides of my legs here. Catch the shins and push with my elbows for 2. And for 1, bring the hands back to the floor, straighten the legs, turn the toes in, wide-legged forward fold. Bring your hands up to your low back, interlace, and let that come overhead. Woo! This one is pretty intense. Try to keep the wrists magnetizing. Head goes yes and no. Don't forget that breath. Smoothing things down, taking a little break. Focus on what your body needs so that you can have a better experience inside of it. Oh, yeah, okay, nice and easy. Hands come back to the hips, trace your legs all the way down. Remove the blocks forward, start to bring the feet back into center. Inhale, come up halfway, exhale, step your left leg back, lunge. Okay, you can let the back knee come down, untuck the toes for now. See, I'm going to use my blocks the whole way through. They just really help with support so I can feel nice and relaxed in the stretch as opposed to maybe tense in the shoulders. Good, and then try to zip up the hips and draw that front foot back towards your face. Right hip back, right toes towards your face for 3, 2, and 1. Start to walk your hands over to that right side of the mat and really twist at the hips. So pull your heart through towards the back of the mat for 3, 2, and walk it back. Exhale. Bend into the front knee one more time. Pick up the back knee, tuck the toes. Take a twist, right arm to the sky. Just breathe into it. Start to spin the back heel to the left and then come onto the outside edge of the right foot. So you kind of dip the feet out to the sides. The thighs are squeezing, and then dip the left hip down. And this should feel really intense. Lateral stretch. All right, pick it right back up, face off the front. You could take a vinyasa here if you feel fancy and free, or you can step it right back to the front and forward fold. Vinyasa. I'm going to the floor. Exhale, down dog. Walk it to the top. Good. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step the right leg back. And the right knee comes down. Untuck the toes, start to walk your way up. Woo! Soften right hip, press down through right toe. Right toes. And then lift the crown of the head to the sky. You want to engage the thighs here, drawing the left thigh back, the right thigh forward. So we're active, but there's a sense of softness. Strong yet soft. Supple, if you will. Do you get bothered by that word, supple? Some people don't like that word. It's like moist. Ooh, sorry for any triggers. Okay, peel the toes towards your face. Left hip goes way back. Walk it out. And a big part of coming to your mat is every time you do, it's going to be different. Depending on how you feel, where your body's at, where your mind is at. But it teaches us patience because it is not a perfect, it's a practice. Start to walk it to the left. Heart to the left. So yeah, we're just practicing. We're just figuring it out every day as we go along. We stumble, we fall, but we get back up. As I'm sure your running has taught you. I'm really trying to pull the running in here. Head comes forward. And we take it to the front of the mat. Bend into the front knee, pick up the back knee. Take a twist, left arm to the sky. So do not judge yourself for where you're at today or ever. Instead, meet yourself with patience for where your growth has been. And that's all we can really compare to is the growth that we have with ourselves. Now, you can have that vinyasa if you please, or you can step back to forward fold. Give your head a shake. Bend into the right knee, right hand in front of the right toes, left arm to the sky. Big twist. Take big circles with that top wrist and then big circles with the whole shoulder. Sometimes I come to my practice, go ahead, switch things out. And I step on the mat and I feel like, oh, I don't want to do this at all. Either my body doesn't feel great or my mind space is everywhere and it's hard to slow down, it's hard to commit to anything. Come back to forward fold, hang heavy, grab opposite elbows. But then after 5 minutes or so, I'm like, oh yeah, this is the place that I can show up to. That I don't have to be anything. I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to turn on any sort of persona for work or people or anything like that. This is the place where I can really just dig deep and see how I feel. No pressure, no judgment. Okay, let's step it back to down dog. Downward facing dog. Ooh, okay, push the front of the mat away. Grip through the finger pads. Spread the finger bones really wide. And see if you can spiral the inside of your thighs down and towards your face. All right, and then spiral them up and towards the sky. Notice the difference? You are internally and externally rotating your legs, and just this can provide a pretty good stretch. Bend and straighten. Good. Then the right knee comes to the right wrist for pigeon pose. Untuck the back toes, sit up nice and tall. Now maybe this is really intense for you right now. If so, you can bend into the back knee a bit. Or you can put a little block underneath that right hip. Block, cushion, pillow, anything. And then come on down. For 2. And 1. Walk yourself back up. Press back up to downward facing dog. Lift that right leg to the sky, bend at the knee. Make some big circles. Okay, step it down. Now we skipped a little posture on the other side, so we're just going to hit it up here. Left foot steps outside of left pinky. Good. Left arm reaches to the sky. Turn onto the sides of the foot. Right hip dips to the earth, reach back. Here it is. Big breath. 2. And 1. Come back through the front of your lunge. And then we'll walk the foot over to get the pigeon stretch. Oh boy. The knee wants to be right in line with the hip. You can bend into the back leg. Could pop the hip up on a block. Walk it forward. Inhale to rise it back up, step it back down, or facing dog. 1 more breath here. Breathe in slow. Big sigh out. Good work. Knees come down. Find a couple cat-cows. Heart comes through the frame of your arm bones. Exhale to push the earth away. Round the spine, chin in towards your voice box. Find what feels good. You can take side to side movement. Come up in big circles and switch it out. Really explore the range of your shoulders and of your hips here. Rotating the ribs. Got 4 breaths to find whatever you need. Okay, and come back to center. Bring the knees to touch. And we'll come to sit right in between your heels. Now this might not be super comfortable for you. And if that is already happening, we'll lean to one side and we'll straighten out the right leg forward. Knees together. Left toes are tucked. If you want to try for the other version, Hips are between the feet, knees are still tucked, touching, and then we walk onto the forearms. So either you have the right leg out, or you're here. Knees merge together. You can come as low as you feel comfortable. And if you're here, stay here. I'm going to show the version with this and switch sides with you. You want to draw the knees down and together so that you really find the stretch along the quad as opposed to maybe putting the knee out of place with the hip. That's why down and together. For 2. And for 1, nice and easy, we lift it back up, lean over to the right. Switch. If you're still in the other one, stay as long as you can. Other leg comes behind. Sit up tall first, knees together. And if you are doing both legs, if at any point you feel like you need a break, just lift up and take a little breather. Relax your belly muscles, relax your jaw. Do your best to totally let go. Lots of oxygen flowing in. Knees down and together. Good. One more breath. Exhale, start to walk yourself back up. Everybody come up. Lean over. Take those feet out. If you have both feet behind you, you're going to sit up and come forward. And then find the cross of the ankles to send those feet forward. Everybody's in an L seat. Reach the arms up to the sky. Hold your L posture. We're trying to find that nice contracted belly, but a flat back, almost like you could lean up against a wall. And you'd be perfectly flush with the wall. Flush? Flush? I never know. Big breath in. Exhale, start to hinge forward from the hips. Try to keep the back as flat as possible the whole way through. As best as you can. Draw a sit bone back, maybe the other one. And continue to keep the back super flat, reaching the heart towards the toes until you feel that it's time to round it out. Start to roll it back up. Bring the left knee with you, cross it over, take a twist. Full breath. Good, come back, bring the foot into the thigh for seated tree. Inhale, reach up. Turn to the right slightly, exhale to fold. Release your neck, maybe your jaw, and your heart comes through and forward. Active toes towards your feet, face. Good, roll it up, send that leg long, pull in the right knee, cross it over. Take the twist, left arm to right thigh. One more breath, broad shoulders, tall heart. Good, and come back, bring the foot in, seated tree, reach up. Turn to the left just a bit to fold. You might even put your hand on your low back here to see if you are like rounding totally in the low back, or if you feel an engagement in those lower back muscles to find that flat feeling in the hand. And for 1. Inhale, roll it back up. Bring both feet in for butterfly pose. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, lift your heart up to the sky. Exhale, start to come forward. And bow your head to the toes. One more breath. And come on up. Hug the knees together. And we'll have a little Shavasana, because if you're a runner, it's always good to have a moment of meditation, or like in this example, corpse pose, to allow your body to totally rest for a moment. Sleep is different. Okay. Roll on down. This actually helps your sleep, so beneficial. Okay, slowly start to roll it up. Bring the knees together. Give yourself a big hug. And we will have a little Shavasana to let everything sort of settle in and melt into the floor. Feet wide. Roll all the way down. Palms face up towards the sky. Shoulders support your heart. Big breath. Sigh it out, let it go. Let your head rock side to side. Take some big breaths in. Reach your arms up overhead. Give them a rolly wrist action. And then point and flex your toes. And take it to the left for a fetal pose. Settle in for a second. Honoring your body and where it's at today and how you feel. Appreciating it for all it does for you. carries you through miles and miles and miles. And push yourself up to a seat. Cross legs. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Stay safe and well and happy. And see you next time. Namaste.